Good morning, TIPNs, and welcome to the first episode of the Good Taste Podcast, where we talk about innovations, experiences, and popular opinions about tech. I'm your host, Tristan, and with me today are 6 BSIT students from the Technological Institute of the Philippines from Quezon City. So, let's talk about technology. As we all know, technology has become an integral part of our society. Inventions like the smartphones, laptops, earpods, and many more are all products of technology. We can't live without them. That's why today's generation are often called Homo Techne. There's this particular innovation that has been booming lately, and especially among students, and that is AI or artificial intelligence. Say, Adrian, are you familiar with AI?
Yes, I am familiar with AI. And I believe that AI is something that makes our lives a lot more convenient. Because for me, it's like having a smart assistant that can help us with anything, like researching, writing, coding, and even organizing tasks. It saves time and effort, especially for students like us who are always busy with schoolworks. Instead of spending hours on one thing, AI can give us quick and fast results in just a few seconds.
Yes, Adrian, I agree. AI may help students, but it also has a bad effect. Nowadays, students use AI to answer their school activities, so they don't really learn or think for themselves. This makes them lazy and less creative. Instead of using their own ideas, they just copy and paste the answer from AI. Yes, we can still use AI, but in a right way.
I do agree with both of your opinions. Using AI has its own pros and cons, and at the end of the day, it all comes down to how you use it. Remember that AI like ChatGPT is just a tool. We can use it, but we must not become way too dependent on using it, okay? So, let's talk about something more general, communication. Today, we have social media apps like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and many more. Say, Harry, do you use any of these social media apps?
I use social media almost every day. So yes, Tristan, I do use them. So for me, digital communication is very, very convenient because it lets us talk to people anytime and anywhere. It makes us sharing information faster, whether it's for school, for work, or just simply chatting with your friends and families. It really saves time and effort compared to traditional communication. And our old forms of communication back then was just sending letters and face-to-face. And I'm not saying it's better than the traditional way, but I think we should learn to embrace it because it's a big part of how people connect today. It helps us stay in touch and makes communication easier as long as we use it properly.
I understand that digital communication is convenient, but still, I believe that real-time communication is more meaningful and more thoughtful. Because through this, we can clearly see each other's expressions, tone of voice, and emotions that can be easily be misunderstood through online. Real conversations help build stronger connections, trust, and empathy. That's why I think real-time communication is very important in maintaining genuine human relationships.
Yeah, real-time connection is important, but with our current technology, it helps the people that are far apart from their families, like the overseas Filipino workers, away from their families. With social media, they can video call their family while being away from them. Social media is one of the good things that innovated from technology. An example of how social media has helped me is when my school ID went missing and somebody found my ID and messaged me on Facebook. That's how I was able to get my ID back.
Sure, it's a fast and convenient, but sometimes it makes our connects feel less real. Message can be misunderstood and without tone or facial expression. Emotion get lost, plus we often end up scrolling for hours instead of talking face to face. Social media connect us, but it can also distance us from genuine communication.
And that's a wrap for today's Good Taste Podcast. Thank you for listening, and remember, stay curious, stay modular, and we'll see you next time.